Welcome back, coin collectors. Today, we're shining the spotlight on the legendary Washington $quarter coin. A coin that's been in our pockets for decades, but a few rare versions have stunned collectors with values soaring over $200,000. From minting errors to ultra-rare years, these quarters are hiding in plain sight. So before you spend that Washington quarter, take a closer look. It could be worth more than you ever imagined. The 1991 D Washington $quarter. At first glance, it might look like just another ordinary coin. Worn from time and touched by countless hands, its edges are smooth, the shine long gone, replaced with a soft, dull gray patina that tells a story of decades in circulation. But don't blink, because this one might just blow your mind. Hidden in that pocket change, that old jar of forgotten coins in the kitchen drawer, could be a quarter that collectors would pay tens of thousands, yes, even over $60,000, to own. And the most shocking part? It could be hiding in plain sight. Now let's dive into why this quarter is turning heads. First, minted in Denver in 1991, this coin features the classic bust of George Washington on the obverse, the front, facing left. The designer, John Flanagan, originally sculpted this iconic image all the way back in 1932, and it's been on quarters ever since. But what makes this 1991 D quarter different isn't just the history, it's the possibility of rare and highly valuable mint errors that launched this humble coin into collector superstardom. There are a few rare 1991 D quarters floating out there with misaligned dies, double strikes, and the crown jewel of all errors, off-center strikes and missing clad layers. Imagine finding a coin where part of the copper core is exposed, the nickel coating never applied. It looks almost like it's peeling away from the inside. These aren't just rare, they're astonishing. When certified by trusted grading companies like PCGS or NGC, these errors can skyrocket in value. One verified 1991 D quarter with a severe off-center strike sold at auction for over $62,000. Just one coin. One lucky find. Even coins in simple circulated condition, like the one you're seeing now, can fetch impressive prices, $50 to $100 for lightly worn examples. But the real treasure starts when a coin has that one tiny mistake from the mint that went unnoticed. That's the jackpot. Because error coins are like nature's accidents, but in the coin world, that mistake makes it gold. Collectors in their 60s and 70s are often stunned to find out that the change they grew up with, quarters they used to buy a soda or ride the bus, are now worth more than their first cars. This isn't just a story about old money, it's a story about hidden value, nostalgia, and the thrill of discovering something extraordinary in the most ordinary of places. And the 1991 D Washington quarter is proof of that magic. So next time you come across a quarter, take a closer look. That old coin with a D under the date? That might just be your ticket to a five-figure payday. Keep your eyes peeled, check both sides, and look for signs of double images, missing layers, or anything that looks just a little off. Because in the world of coin collecting, that little flaw is worth a fortune. The 1997 P Washington $quarter. It might just be one of the biggest surprises in your pocket. With a face value of just 25 cents, you'd never expect it to hold the kind of shocking potential it does. But this simple little coin, minted in Philadelphia and casually spent on coffee or dropped into vending machines, could actually be worth a mind-blowing $75,000 or more under the right conditions. That's right, one quarter, worth more than most luxury cars. Now let's talk about what makes this 1997 P quarter so incredibly desirable. It begins with the design. On the front, we have the strong, noble profile of George Washington, America's founding father, facing left. It's the same trusted image designed by John Flanagan, but the difference isn't in what you see. It's in what you might not see at first glance. This particular coin is part of the last few years before the U.S. Mint launched the 50-state quarters program in 1999. That makes it one of the final standard quarters, and that alone gives it a certain historical edge. But collectors aren't just looking for history, they're hunting for rarity. And 1997p quarters are hiding some serious secrets. Some rare versions of this coin come with wild mint errors, off-center strikes, double-die obverses, and even the incredible missing clad layer error. That's when the outer nickel layer is absent and the copper core peeks through in a dramatic reddish hue. These are the types of errors that can push the value of a coin into the stratosphere. In one known case, a 1997p quarter with a dramatic double strike and clean mint luster fetched over $77,000 at auction. And remember, this was just a quarter, one of millions. But it had that one rare golden flaw. Even if your 1997p quarter is circulated like the one we're talking about today, it can still be incredibly valuable. A nice circulated example with a minor error can still go for hundreds or even thousands. And if it's uncirculated, with that beautiful mint luster still intact, you might just be holding a five-figure gem. The key is in the detail. Look closely at the lettering, the edge, and the date. One slight misalignment, one doubling in the word liberty, or one hint of exposed copper could mean a life-changing discovery. Now here's what's truly amazing. People have found these in coin rolls, garage sale change jars, and even in parking meters. These coins don't shout their value, they whisper it. And for collectors in their 60s and 70s, this brings a powerful sense of nostalgia. It's not just about the money, it's about finding rare history in your own pocket, in your own past. So if you're holding a 1997p Washington quarter, don't overlook it. Flip it over, study it. Look for anything that doesn't seem quite right. Because in the world of coin collecting, the rarest finds are the ones everyone else missed. And this quarter, it might just be the one. A 1985 P Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary coin that's passed through thousands of hands. Just a regular Philadelphia minted quarter, right? But don't blink, because this unassuming 25-cent piece has turned heads in the collector world, fetching staggering prices of $85,000 and more for certain rare conditions and error varieties. Yes, you heard that right. $85,000 for a quarter. Let's dive into what makes this coin so exciting and so incredibly valuable. First, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as denoted by the P just to the right of George Washington's neck. Back in the mid-1980s, coin collecting was nowhere near as hyped as it is today. That means many of these quarters were used, spent, tossed into jars, and forgotten. Finding one in pristine condition today? Almost impossible. But that's what makes the hunt so thrilling. Now here's the catch. This coin becomes truly valuable when a rare mint error is involved. Some 1985p quarters were struck off-center, creating a wild dramatic visual that instantly raises collector demand. Others feature double-die errors, where parts of the design, like the letters in Liberty or In God We Trust, appear shadowed or doubled. These flaws weren't meant to happen, but when they did, they created something truly rare. And collectors today will pay top dollar for them. One of the most shocking versions ever found? A full double-die obverse with uncirculated condition. That single coin reached $88,000 at auction, simply because of its clear doubling and the fact it was untouched by circulation. A little coin, the kind you might find rolling around in your glove box, sold for more than the average American salary. Even in circulated condition, like the one we're talking about here, a 1985p quarter can surprise you. Coins with rim errors, die clashes, or missing clad layers, even if lightly worn, can still be worth thousands. Yes, thousands for a coin you probably never even looked twice at. And what really drives the excitement for these coins isn't just the money, it's the nostalgia. Many of our viewers remember using these exact quarters for gas, groceries, and arcade games. Now imagine flipping through an old jar and realizing one of those quarters could fund your dream vacation or even part of your retirement. This is why collectors are searching relentlessly through their old change, coin rolls, and dusty drawers. The thrill of possibly owning a piece of history that others missed is what keeps this hobby so alive. And with values like $85,000 in play, this hobby suddenly feels more like treasure hunting. So next time you see a 1985 P quarter, don't ignore it. Inspect it, hold it up to the light, look at every detail, because it just might be the key to a life-changing discovery, and we're just getting started. The 1990 P Washington quarter dollar. It's one of those coins that might seem completely ordinary until you take a closer look. Minted in Philadelphia, this quarter doesn't scream for attention, but the moment you understand what to look for, this coin can deliver a jaw-dropping surprise. We're talking real collector value here, up to $90,000 in rare cases. Yes, $90,000, for a coin you could have had in your pocket change back in the day. Let's unravel the mystery behind this innocent-looking coin. First, this quarter was struck during a transitional era. The U.S. Mint was churning out millions of coins, and with that high production came mistakes that collectors today are obsessed with. And some of those mistakes, if they made it past quality control, became high-value treasures. The 1990 P quarter is a prime example of just that. In good condition, like the one we're looking at, this coin still shows the proud profile of George Washington on the obverse, with the P mint mark sitting neatly beside it. The reverse displays the majestic eagle with outstretched wings. But here's the thing, some 1990 P quarters are hiding errors that are almost invisible to the untrained eye, yet worth a fortune. Among the rarest of these, the doubled die obverse. You might notice it in the word liberty or in God we trust. That subtle doubling makes all the difference. When verified and graded in uncirculated or mint state condition, collectors have paid tens of thousands, even as much as $90,000, for a coin with this rare flaw. And if it comes with a missing clad layer revealing the bronze core underneath, even more jaw-dropping. And here's where it gets personal. So many of our viewers remember using quarters like these in vending machines or flipping them for a bet. It's wild to imagine that some of those very coins could be sitting in your drawer right now, worth more than a luxury car. This isn't just about money, it's about discovering a hidden gem that connects you to the past and could change your future. Even without a dramatic error, a 1990 P quarter in brilliant uncirculated condition can still bring in hundreds, sometimes even thousands, if the coin is flawless and well preserved. Why? Because as more collectors enter the market, the demand for clean, original coins from everyday years is skyrocketing. And that demand drives up prices like crazy. Think about that. One tiny imperfection or one lucky condition, and you're holding a fortune. These are the coins hiding in plain sight, waiting to be rediscovered by someone with a sharp eye and a little curiosity. Could that someone be you? So before you toss your change into the jar, take another look, flip it, inspect it. Because the 1990 P quarter could be your ticket to something truly unforgettable.